Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multinational headquartered group, and we are based out three countries, which means India, Singapore, and Hong Kong. We are waiting for the corona to end, but I'm not very much hopeful whether corona would end up or not. But having said that, if corona would end up, as per our estimates, we would definitely be coming to Europe. But that again depends upon the economy of the Europe, which to me is getting very, very fragile after every passing day. Except few economies like Luxembourg, probably I would say, or Finland. Maximum I can say that. But as we speak, we are active in three countries. Number one, India, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Treasury Consulting hold offices in three countries of the globe. More importantly, we are a proprietary hedge fund. Now, by proprietary hedge fund, we means just like American hedge funds, we are also a hedge fund. But there is a big difference between their structure or our structure. And that difference is majority of the American hedge funds are non-proprietary, which means they take up positions based on third-party capital, which means somebody very big, high net worth individual, probably very high net worth family office person, or maybe some other private equity or venture capitalist is investing money in a hedge fund and they take up position on behalf of their money. And they are collapsing also. You can check on the Google that in year 2021 itself, more than 179, yes, 179 hedge funds collapsed across the globe. And how much loss to the investor wealth, we really have no idea in that regard, because no bank deliberately publish this level of information in the public domain. But our position is completely different, because our position is our trades are backed up by our own capital. No third party investor, no private equity, no venture capitalist. This is how we work. But yes, like American hedge funds, we take positions in FICC. By FICC, I means fixed income, currencies, and commodities. And in fixed income, we take position in equities. But now God is very kind. We are no more a hedge fund. We are a multinational hedge fund, which means as an entity, we are taking up positions not only in one specific country equities, we are taking up position in US equities, we are taking up position in European equities. And eventually, probably as the time would progress, we might be adding up our capital structure, which would of course be proprietary, and we would be adding more equities of the countries like Singapore, probably Dubai, and Thailand. This is what the structure of Treasury Consulting is as we speak. And it's a 100% profitable company. We are holding zero debt. There is no investment, neither required by any private equity and venture capitalist firm, no venture debt in the books, and the company valuation is also very good. But that's a separate thing that we never pay to the media to make us highlight. It hardly bothers. Apart from that, we hold our OTT platform over the top. We hold our private news desk. We hold our trainings academy. We hold our Sheetal Academy. We hold our learning business. We hold our quantitative learning desk. We hold our markets and DCM. DCM stands for Debt and Capital Market Desk, and many more products. In case you wish to have any information, you can definitely WhatsApp on my personal number, which is 9899242978. Alternatively, you can WhatsApp on our back office, which is 9818485155. This is Rahul Magan, and in this video, we would be covering specifically about a very decent research which is produced by a very beautiful hedge fund known as Janus Henderson. We would be presenting this. We would be highlighting the important aspect of this research report. See you in the part 1. Have a great time ahead. Good evening. Welcome to part 1 of the video titled Global Sovereign Debt Crisis, a ticking time bomb. I repeat, Global Sovereign Debt Crisis, a ticking time bomb. You must be thinking that what kind of topic it is. But before I continue, let me first show you something. I collated the data from this research report, which is by Janus Henderson Sovereign Debt Index. I repeat, Janus Henderson Sovereign Debt Index. This report is available on the internet, but unfortunately, the hard reality of the life is we spare thousands of dollars every year. Sorry, globally, we spared millions of dollars every year on degrees like certified financial analyst. Don't say chartered financial analyst or a charter financial analyst. Certified financial analyst, FRM, GARP, chartered accountant, and many such degrees. But we never learn what exactly it is required in the life. And this creates a gap which, technically speaking, is known as industry academic gap. As the life is progressing, the industry academic gap is growing. And this is the reason when the industry hired, they will give a training to that candidate. Even if when the big banks like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they hired any candidate from IIMs, they put them on interns. They put them on a training. Because you know that what kind of program is being taught in these business schools. You know that. But anyways, the world economy, as we speak, is facing multiple challenges. In March 2022, rather, I would say in mid of March 2022. And these challenges are growing. Growing in the sense like now we have Russia-Ukraine war. the issue between US and China is already live. China versus Taiwan, Iran nuclear deal, North Korea weaponization, missiles and all these kind of stuff. Rising dependency on the oil, the so-called hype, artificial intelligence is no more. Machine learning is no more. And many such issues. But one biggest issue which is already covered up by the paid, sold and corrupt media is the issue of debt. And unfortunately, in the last 2 years, and I openly say that, I hardly bothers. In the last 2 years, I have noticed international media organizations like CNN, BBC, Bloomberg, I don't know, either they are instructed or they don't have the guts, or maybe they have their own priorities not to cover the issue, but they rarely bothered to cover the debt crisis. Like, let's take an example of all three, CNN, BBC and Bloomberg. United States plus European Central Bank plus People Bank of China plus Bank of England plus Bank of Japan, the 5 central banks, the top 5 central banks, they are standing at a balance sheet together, I'd say, of near about $35 trillion. 35. And I don't think that even a 10th failed person can say that $35 trillion is a small figure. I don't think so. He can say that. 35 trillion is not a small figure. It's a big figure. But there is hardly any attention as far as the debt crisis is concerned. Hardly any attention. And unfortunately, what is happening, this debt is now ballooning up. And I collated the data from this, the Janus Henderson research report on the Google. And I'm reading this very, very carefully. Rather, I am searching for similar reports on the internet and trying to upgrade with the latest facts and figures. Because we should be thankful. I would say we should be thankful to these hedge funds, those who are doing enough research, but unfortunately no one pay any attention to them. And this is really tragic. So in this video, I would like to thank you, the Janus Henderson, for providing us a kind of statistics which is really not available. And they compiled these statistics in one report, which is really a handy report, I would say. I am done with almost 50% of the report. But yes, practically speaking, I am going more, and similar kind of videos are coming. Now, if I go with this report, which is by Janus Henderson, and the statistics, the report is as of April 2021. Now, the very starking fact which is coming in this report, which you can see here, that I never read report only for the sake of formality. I read report when I get some statistics and I take a note using my pen. Because in later stages also you will make a lot of sense out of it. A very stark thing which I got is in 2019, which means around 2.5 years, the global sovereign debt was 53.3 trillion. 53.3 trillion. Which rose to 62.5 trillion. What the hell? 9 trillion. 9 trillion. When I read this report, I was like, what the hell? 9 trillion you're talking. It means as we speak, the sovereign debt in 2020 is near about 62.5 trillion. 62.5 trillion. And this is 2020 figures, because I completely appreciate Janus Henderson. It is very difficult to compile the figures on a monthly note. I completely agree, because central banks do not provide the data. They do not provide the data. Hence, compilation and analytics is a difficult job. I tend to agree with this. But 2020 is not an old figure. It's a pretty latest figure, we can say. And here the figure coming is 62.5 trillion, which is near about 21 times of the Indian GDP. You can say around 4.5 times of China GDP, and near about 3.5 times of US GDP. Shocking numbers. See you in the part 2 of the video.